and signing myself out. Yeah, I had signed myself out of foster care, and then I was like going to a program that helped foster kids get their own apartment. But at that time, I was also like dealing with my own stuff because um, my mom was being incarcerated, and I had to like fend for my household that we were staying at with my mom and her husband. I had to like step up and stuff, and I was working, and it just seemed very convenient for her because um, my thoughts were they were not clear. I had a lot of stuff going on. I was in very bad depression at the time, so it was convenient for her because she used me for what she needed. So you know, it just to like further along, we were together for years, and it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of cheating, a lot of shelters, a lot of unstable situations. I ended up letting her move into my apartment that I had got. So it immediately showed me a different side of her. Was finding things like me and her were on the same phone plan. I was finding out that she was messaging people. Um, she was messaging people, cheating on me multiple times. And it was very toxic, very unhealthy. At the time, I was so depressed, and I didn't know how to handle it. That I was self harming, and it was really bad. My family was worried, and um, I just didn't know how to handle the situation. So I just wanted to end it all. Like she would still was being physical and all that stuff, and it even got so bad that I had gotten a black eye. And I was punched so hard in my eye that um the bone underneath my eye was even bruised, and I don't know like if that's a thing, but yeah. What else? I was punched in the throat. Then I had to go to the emergency room. Um, it was crazy, but a lot of people did not know that she had gave me a black eye, because when she gave me a black eye, um, I had told my dad that someone tried to rob me, but it was because I said something she didn't like. She wanted to grip me up, and when I tried to get her off me, she had like swung on me and hit me right in the eye. So then, like, we ended up running out of room because at that time, when I had my apartment, I was the only one working at the time. Well, we both were working and splitting the rent at the time. Then she decided that she just wanted to up and quit because she felt like her job was treating her unfairly. So she wanted to quit, and then I was left to pay everything by myself. And at the time, I was 18, and it was a lot for me because I was paying for a two-bedroom apartment, that I was only occupying one bedroom. I was paying for food and rent and bills all on my own, on top of paying for her habits and anything extra that she wanted to do. Because at the time, she wanted to let her mom stay at my place. She wanted to let her friends come over and hang out. Her brothers come over and hang out. They smoke weed all day, play games all day. That's the type of stuff that they used to do, or run the streets. And I just, I was just at, I didn't care at the time because my mind, I was very depressed. So I just wanted to be left alone. Um, so then, yeah, we running out rooms. That's when I found out that the reason as to why she wanted to move to this particular place was because, um, I mean, I'm gonna just make it as blunt, and I don't really care anymore because I'm no longer in that situation. But she was dealing with the landlord, which I didn't know at the time, but they had past history, um, and I just did not know how to handle that. So at that time, I just wanted to get my money up so that I could leave. So the situation ended up being so toxic and so like out of pocket. And come to find out, he didn't even own that property. He was renting out a property to people that he did not even own. So we all had to leave because there was a sheriff's notice for the property. So we all had to leave. So that ended up in me and her having to move to a shelter that basically gave you no type of privacy. When you wanted to use the bathroom, you had to use the bathroom with the door open. You wanted to get in the shower, you get in the shower with the door open. And when you would sleep, it would be in cots, in a big um, shared room. No one had their own individual room, so you had people that had medical illnesses, mental illnesses, all kind of crazy stuff, different ages, all in one room. It was like a church. So I had to deal with that for 2 days. And um so that's when I made the decision to go live with a friend, because my friend, ex-friend, she offered me a place, but she said that I could only stay by myself. So I ended up going over there. She ended up going to her mom's. I'm not really gonna this clear. Throughout the time that me and her were together in our 8-year relationship, I managed to lose all my friends and family relationships um because of her. She did not like anybody. She wanted to control me. She wanted me to be my only undivided attention was for her and her only. If she did not get her way with people, she would curse them out or get physical with people, to the point she even did that with her mom several times. And it made me feel very alone at the time. So I was staying with my friend and I was working, and she was staying with her mom. And at the time, all this time, she still didn't have no job. Still had no job and was working small little street jobs. Would be like under the book jobs and stuff like that, like scrapping or whatever. I don't know. So I let her hold my phone. I literally was walking around with no phone so that she can have a way to contact me, because I could always use a house phone or Wi-Fi and use a call app. So when she would give me my phone back, I was noticing that it would be things on the phone that didn't make any sense. Like she would have texts and calls from females, and she would always say that, oh, I let my mom hold my phone, and my I let my brother hold the phone to call somebody. Then he was texting, whatever. It would always be somebody else, but not him. I mean, but not her. So then I started like going back and stuff and like reading a lot of the stuff, and a lot of the stuff was like, it really bothered me because she was cheating on me with someone that she met up at her mom's house all along, telling me she wanted me to see her and all this stuff, and she, you know, wanted to hang out, and it was all because she wanted to eat, or she wanted me to buy her things, or she um, needed something. So, so once I confronted her about her cheating, it was to the point where she could no longer lie about the situation. So, yeah, so it was no longer to the point where she could lie about the situation. So she admitted that she was cheating one day when she randomly showed up at the place that I was staying at. She came up and she admitted to her cheating, and then she admitted that she's been talking to somebody, and that no, I said it backwards. This is how it happened. She told me she was going to stay with a family member in Florida, and that they had found her a job opportunity up there in Florida. But then, for some reason, we had a shared Wi-Fi phone app that you could do like text messages and calls from. So I had went on that account for some reason, and that's where I seen all the calls and messages that she was doing with the girl. So that's when I confronted her about it. And that's when she told me the truth, which was that she was moving to Florida with the girl. And that, you know, that's what she wanted to do at the time. So I told her, whatever. Like, it hurt because I was with her for 8 years, but at the time I became so numb to the pain and the hurt and the cheat and the lies and the fucking physical shit that I just didn't even care anymore. Like, I was just like, whatever. So she ended up leaving and going to Florida. And it was so crazy because while she was in Florida, she kept texting my phone and kept calling my phone when she wasn't around the girl. And like, I was just like over it. So then I started like dating and seeing people, not seeing people, but just like talking to people on the phone and stuff like that. Um, but it was so crazy, like, cause I remember it like it was yesterday. Like, she really used to choke me out, grip me up, and all that stuff. I've even had knives on pulled on me, like held to my throat, the whole nine. Um, because she didn't get her way. and like people just did not know, or if people did know and they did see, they wouldn't say anything. And so yeah, she's very toxic, verbally abusive, and like I strongly recommend to you guys, if you deal with somebody that shows signs of aggression and controlling, like they try to manipulate they their way of getting things from you, or make you feel um like you have no choice but to help them in this situation, just be very mindful of that and just remove yourself from people like that. Because people should be able to want to do for themselves, to want to have their own, and to want to be a better person. And if they don't have that type of mentality, it's not healthy. You should not solely depend on someone else to take care of you. Like, I've gotten into so many toxic fights, and with with everyone, because everyone tried to get me to see the messages that was being presented in front of me, which was I was being cheated on multiple times with girls and guys, and I was being used and disrespected, being mistreated. Everyone told me she was disrespectful and she was bad for me and all this stuff, and I didn't see it, because at that time I felt like I had to help her get better. I had to help her get her life together. I felt like I was put in her life for a reason, but it it was just very bad and toxic on my end. So I ended up I started dating my girlfriend that I have now. And it just like, I didn't know how to receive the love and the care that I was being presented, because I've never endured that. Like, I've always, throughout the whole 8 years, was taking care of someone that could simply taken care of themselves. It was giving my all, my undivided attention, and just me to someone that didn't deserve it. To have someone now that appreciates me and sees me for who I am and wants to motivate me and uplift me and just make me feel beautiful, and that I can accomplish anything I put my mind to now. It's just a beautiful thing. Um, yeah, I felt like I had to save someone that didn't deserve it. She used me for 8 years. Never bought me a birthday gift. Never, not even a car, not even a balloon. I mean, Christmas is all that didn't matter. All that stuff didn't exist. But that's the past, and I'm gonna just let you know now. You haven't got to put yourself first. Don't let anyone make you feel less than. You are worthy to be loved and to be cared for and to be admired and appreciated and uplifted in every single way. So I know that this wasn't my typical chipper, happy type of video, but I just felt like therapeutically I have to get my story out because someone else can be dealing with this right now. And I'm going to tell you now, just hit the ground running, girl, and run away from that type of person. You do not want to drag out the pain and the hurt. Like, I was in so much pain and so much hurt and so much. I had no trust. I had um no hopes for this person. The like when you're with somebody that's so toxic and so just bad for you, like I became so numb to the hurt and the pain that she was causing me that I lost a love for her a very long time in our relationship, to the point that I wanted ways to get out, and I was just looking for the right opportunity to remove myself. So when God presented that opportunity to me, I never looked back. Even though she wanted me back, I did not want her back. And I refused to ignore the message that I was being presented with at that time, and going back and dealing with that. And that was the best thing I've ever did. So, love yourself. You know what you want, what you don't want, and how you should be treated, and how you don't want to be treated. Don't ignore those signs and those messages. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any suggestions or questions, or just want to leave a positive message down below, do so. Feel free to express yourself. Thank you guys.